Hi, I'm Sam, and I'm here with Siwar for Bits. Every company has a policy for something, a form, a process, and a number to call. But when somebody's actually struggling, really struggling, none of that is what helps. Today, we're talking about the difference between a workplace that looks supportive and one that actually is. Siwar, where does the formal stuff end and the real stuff begin?
Hi, Sam. Well, I think the policy exists mostly for the average situation. The real stuff is everything that happens around the edges, basically. And when someone is struggling in a way that doesn't fit into a form.
So the form doesn't break down because it's bad, it breaks down because some situations aren't average.
Yeah, and most of the time, the person who's really struggling isn't going to fill out a form anyway. They're going to either get quiet or just internalize the issue, and someone either notices that or don't.
So we've all had both kinds of manager. The one who technically does everything right, runs the one-on-ones, proves the time off, checks every box. And then there's the one where you'd actually tell them the truth if something was wrong. What's the difference between these two people?
I think for the first one, they do manage the process, they do manage the work. The second one, they do manage the process, the work, and also the person. So this is the key difference. You can be excellent at the first and completely miss the second, which is very important.
So how do you build that kind of culture intentionally without it feeling forced?
I don't think you can really manufacture the moment, but you can create the conditions for it. The noticing happens because someone was actually paying attention rather than just moving through their tasklet. So it's about noticing and pattern recognition.
So it's less about programs and more about pace.
Yeah, pace and permission. People need to feel like it's okay not to be fine. A lot of organizations say that, but the culture always rewards or usually rewards the person who pushes through and never asks for help. Both things cannot be true at the same time, so people pick up on which one is real very quickly.
So do you have any experience with a manager like this?
Yeah, I do. I can give an example about my current manager. I think whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed or dismotivated or I'm going through a personal issue, I try to hide it most of the time and keep it professional, but they do always like sense when something is wrong. So they actually do take the time to have a few minutes discussion about what's happening, what's going on. They always make sure that the experience, my experience at work is always great, that breaking through like the challenges and everything. So not only they do manage my work and they look through the deliverables, but they also like walk me through the whole experience at work, and they always make sure that I'm happy and satisfied. So I always feel seen and heard, and that get to build like a strong relationship.
Awesome. And so do you have any advice for any managers that are listening to this?
I think it's best to just like pick the quiet one of the team, like once a week, have one-on-one discussion, ask them one real question, and don't fill the silence. Just wait. You're not trying to fix anything. You're just signaling that you're here. So I don't think most people need a program or a gym membership or anything. They also need like to know that someone that would notice if they disappeared or if they're going through any personal issue.
Thank you so much, Siwar, and thanks to those watching. We'll see you next time on Bits.